folks, from the 45th north latitude, 121st west longitude. It is 10 after 8 p.m. on the 5th of October 2017, and this is our full moon in the sky. Gravity's just got that thing hovering up there, they say. Whoa. Does gravity have a mind of its own? And it can increase its pull so that when that moon comes between the sun and the earth, that the sun's gravity doesn't take the moon, and that the earth's gravity doesn't pull harder and crash the moon into the earth. So it's got to pull so hard, but not so hard. And then you got to consider when the moon is in front of the orbital path that the earth is supposed to be making around the sun. It has to push that moon so that the moon doesn't crash into the earth again. And this gravity shit the moon has over the tides of the oceans, where it's able to pull the tides of the oceans towards it. But the clouds that are lakes in the sky, basically, it has no effect whatsoever on them when they have already broken the gravitational field of the earth as they are hovering formlessly and lifelessly in the atmosphere, and the moon doesn't take them but can grab the waters of the depth. Get the shit together in the brain, folks. Same holds true with supposedly flying from the back of the earth. If you want to say, well, the moon's not in the atmosphere or whatever, it holds true with planes and satellites. The Earth's gravity would literally have to be able to increase and decrease as these things and everything at the same time. It would literally have to be a mind of its own for every fucking thing that's floating around out there. They say all these hundreds of thousands of pieces of space junk and fucking space stations and fucking satellites. Get the fucking hell out of here, dudes. Shit almighty. That moon is coming directly at me. I don't know how high it is. It's hollowish. I can tell you that. By observation, you make your own decisions. But I'm going to zoom in on this moon and allow you to take a gander at it. The depth of the ravines and the lines and the edges. Look at the edge of the moon. There's the edge, and just to the left of the edge, you see all them elevation busts. And that tabletop feature is higher elevated, and there's some elevation busts right there, down into that area, right at the base. You see elevation busts right there. You come around here and you can see some major, you look right there, you see a round cover looking thing that, and think about it, look at that round hole over there. And that round thing right there, look at how straight that line is, like some kind of a cover. Over the round thing. And then you got this round thing here that the saddle lines all indicate are higher at elevation than that below it. Down at the bottom, them lower lights are at the bottom of this elevation difference of right there. There's the edge dropping down, and you can see the lines going across the floor of the canyon base bottom and up to that dot right there. And you have the ridge right there in the middle from that other light, high tense light, working light source. And you can see that it drops down and goes across the floor and back over to that other one, that other high intensity one that's now in the center of the screen. You can see them lines all going down and across and up to that. Up on the edge there, the other corner of the moon, you can see that there is depth and it's hollowish, and it goes down inside. There's the rolled edge of the moon where we see the different features as the moon rotates and shit, perhaps. I don't know, I don't claim to know, it's just what I'm observing here on this full, well-lit moon that we're having. I know it's cold and I'm enjoying the footage I'm receiving, so the cold don't really bother me so much. But you get right there and you can see different elevation right there. And there's a little tabletop and all that elevation difference there, and that open hole right next to the manhole covered thing. Observe that a little bit and tell me that you don't see that straight line covering that thing right there. And all the depth and rolling down across the bottoms. Back up. If you can't see that, you ain't been in the mountains enough. For real. And in truth and reality, people, for Earth to be a spinning ball, there are three absolute musts that are totally absent from within this realm. If Earth is a spinning ball, you must have curvature, you must have motion, and you must have gravity, so that the people at the bottom of the Earth can stand upside down, or we can stand upside down, whatever the case may be that they're claiming that it is. Got all you dizzy ball suckers. And then you notice that vector sign right there, folks, right there front and center. I'm going to hold that there, the vector on the moon. Totally obvious that it's higher elevated than the rest of the moon right there. The vector symbol, seen a Star Trek, and look at all of the depth difference right in this area too. And you just lead your own mind to wonder what's going on up there as I let go of this and let the moon roll for you. But I kind of want to get the vector right there. There, the vector. See it? And it all tapers away from there and down into that whole thingamajigger and over to that mountain thinger and down. Everything goes down from there. It gets real deep here right there. It drops way down. So now you must have the three absolute musts if Earth is to be a spinning ball, and you must have curvature, which is totally absent, as you can measure the elevation down at the river down there, and you can measure the elevation up on top of the mountain over here, but you can't, according to the Pythagorean theorem, measure the 8 inches per mile squared anywhere with a mechanical means of a builder's instrument to eliminate the gravitational force of the bubble, and it's not there. You cannot measure it, but you can measure every elevation here in between, but you can't measure the curvature, and you think you live on a spinning ball. And the same holds true with the motion, folks. Earth's supposed to have all this motion as it's supposed to be rotating on its axis. It's tilted axis, tilted 23.4 degrees. Why? I don't know, but you take 23.4 degrees off 90 degree vertical and you end up with 66.6 degrees. So the Earth's supposed to be rotating on this tilted axis at 1,024 miles an hour at the equator, plus or minus, but that's over 1,500 feet per second regardless, 1,500 feet per second regardless. Sorry, my mind was wandering there a little bit. But so, and then while it's rotating on its axis, it's supposed to be orbiting around the sun at 66,600 miles an hour, while the sun is orbiting around galaxy Milky Way at 66,600 miles an hour. And while galaxy Milky Way is shooting through the infinite universe at over 1.2 million miles an hour, that's 4 different motions that the Earth is supposed to be going through. And there is not a mechanical means, but there are several failed tests when you look into the Michelson-Morley that prove the ether moved and all this other shit. And Aries failure that is, you just got to do your own research, folks. The Earth don't move. They prove stability. So everything that moves within this realm, whether it's the river flowing out there in its bed, the fish swimming in the river, ball bearings, motors, RPMs, planes flying through the air, trains rolling down the track, trucks driving down the highway, cars on the highway, people walking on the street, bugs crawling, birds flying, everything that moves within this realm, there's a mechanical means to measure that movement. but there's not a mechanical means to measure not one of the supposed motions of the earth, and you don't get it. For every force within this realm, so right there you're missing curvature and you're missing the motion. And it gets deeper because every force within this realm, whether it's magnetic force, electrical force, hydraulic force, seismic force, wind force, all these forces, there's a mechanical means that will measure that force. But with this mystical, magical, mythical theory of a force of gravity that holds you upside down, there is no mechanical means to measure that force. Now with NASA defrauding, I'm claiming them to have defrauded the American people out of trillions of dollars by now. Why don't we have live footage? Why am I, such an amateur photographer, can come out here and live footage the moon when you have defrauded the people of all this money, claiming you have satellites up there with all these picture taking capabilities, and yet we cannot tap into not one of them that should be dedicated to the planet we live on, if you claim all this bullshit that you're talking about to be true. There ain't no goddamn reason. I'm a taxpayer. You've defrauded me. I have opted out of the tax program enforced by the American government, the U.S. corporation, and they came after me. Now I'm coming after you. I want to know why I cannot have a dedicated satellite at Earth, at Sun, and at Moon. Well, no, you're full of shit. We've been after you for years now to get us some solid proof that the Earth moves. The universities measured the flatness of the Earth. Why didn't they measure the curvature, people? Because there ain't no curvature? Perhaps, doesn't that stand to reason? You just have to do the research. You know, you'd rather be sticking your face in your iPod and in this camera here as I'm doing, I don't know. But we know that the government's defrauded us out of millions and trillions of dollars. I've been on several government projects where it's just a big old waste of money. Y'all look into the Hanford nuclear fucking facilities and all the mothballed projects out there that's costed the taxpayers billions and billions of dollars. Holy fuck, folks, if you only knew, if you only had a clue, you sure in the hell wouldn't be funding this government shit. I'm here to tell you. Because I've been on some of them jobs. Making me sick. They pay you to do nothing but stand there and wait for fucking paperwork. But look at the depth and elevation. So with all three of the absolute musts for Earth to be a spinning ball, being absent from within this realm, to be able to mechanically measure every goddamn one of them, you continue to fund NASA and that vector right there. It's on the moon. You see that, fucking people? You don't see that vector right there? You don't think they haven't got some inside knowledge of the fucking moon? Where the fuck's my money at, NASA? fucking pisses me off. Knowing you've lied to me all this time. Especially after I opted out of this fucking tax tribute fucking program your fucking corporate supporter fucking supplies you with money. Extorting it from me, you cocksucking thieves. Every goddamn employee and every goddamn fucking contractor and subcontractor from fucking NASA's a fucking fraud. Look at that vector, folks. Yeah, the NASA symbol. The space system, solar system symbol. Let's go to Mars, motherfuckers. Ain't no fucking going to Mars. Ain't no leaving Earth. But you don't know what Earth is. Because these cocksuckers have kept the knowledge and information from you, making you think you live on a spinning fucking ball. So you continue to allow them to gather the electricity for free that you have created, the power that you have created, people of this realm. You give it to the corporation also you created that corporation too. And then you give it to them to have a 9-to-5 job so you can go and buy that power back from that corporation. You're a bunch of mad fucking idiots and you call me fucking deranged? Go fuck yourself, you ignorant bitches. Any one of you who think different than what I have to say, go ahead and refute your fucking shit with logic and reason, because I'll shut you down. You fucking trolls. Go suck your fucking ball. You ball sucking trolls. All you ball suckers. So sick and tired of you fucking idiots. Look at that vector, man. Are you fucking shitting me, people? You don't see it? Right there staring you in the face? Look at the depth of that moon. The shit the fuck is going on here with my money, you cocksuckers? What do you know? Well, you've extorted my money, and you've stolen it. And I want to know some of this knowledge, so I know where I'm at for sure. You had me fucking thinking I was on a spinning ball for fucking over 50 years. It just took a little bit of fucking logic and reason to fucking do a little investigation, have an open mind, to come to the reality that there is no spinning ball paradigm anyway. The only thing you're doing is extorting my power and my fucking creating prisons for my brothers who wouldn't even be in prison if they didn't have to pay for the fucking power that we create anyway. But that just creates more fucking corporation for you so you can house us further in this fucking prison world, you cocksuckers. Go fuck yourselves. Every goddamn one of you fucking political fucking tied cocksuckers. We ought to have a fucking uprising in this country and turn this whole fucking thing on its ear before they fucking do it to us. They're just waiting. Look at the fucking shit in Vegas they just did to fucking further enhance their fucking restrictive gun laws. I don't even pay attention to that shit anymore. I just hear it and fucking I know what's going on. It's the corporation of the United States, the city of London, and the Vatican City, people. They're the fucking... not the puppet masters per se to the bottom and top, but whichever direction you want to call it. But that's the fucking triad to start with. They need to be removed from this realm. And every associated person with them. We're all mortals in this realm. Not one of us have a better right than anybody else. Our rights are all equal and they're given to us. We are all free to do whatever our will is, so long as we keep our evils and our wickedness to ourselves, people. That was given to us by the great creator of this universe when he put us here to live out our mortal experience. If you don't know where you're at, you think you're on a fucking spinning ball, you don't know where you're at, you ain't gonna know what you're supposed to be doing while you're here to get to the next realm of reality. So you better wake up, fuckers. That's all I can say. I don't know if I said enough, but right now it is 8:35 and you were live from the 45th North Latitude, 121st West Longitude on this 5th day of October 2017. Thanks for joining me, folks. Like and share. This is all my own. Nobody bought me shit. It's just one man standing up against the government and the corruption thereof. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Have a good evening. See you later.